Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to add an assignment to Schoology. And I just want you to think of Schoology as a virtual school. You can do anything in Schoology pretty much that you can do in a classroom. Think of it as a paperless classroom. And I just want you to know that anytime you get lost, you're going to click on Wetzel County Schools up here, and then back to courses, and you'll get back to where you need to be. So I don't have students populated in my courses because I don't have a classroom, but I do have teachers populated in my courses. These are just professional development courses that I've created. And I'm going to click on our little training course that we've created together. Notice there are several folders here. And today we're going to add materials. Now when we add materials, we can just add a standalone assignment, which is what we're working on today. Or if we are adding an assignment, say, to math, to reading, to social studies, or those of you that have high school classes, I'm sure you're going to add them to in a different format. I'm going to click on the math folder, and I still have this little bar up here. I'm going to click Add an Assignment. Now, anytime you add an assignment, you want to make sure that you have a title. And you always want to include a description of the assignment, just like you would in class. It's just like your directions in class. You want to include the guidelines, what you expect of your kids. And then when you want to insert bullets and such, they're all up here just like in any other form of Microsoft or any online product that we use. When you want to include insert content, which is a neat little feature to insert an image or a link, a symbol, an equation, something from your OneDrive, you would include that right here to maybe make your lesson just a little more interesting for the kids. Okay, students submit their work directly with Schoology. They can upload a document, they can import it, they can record a video and or audio, and these icons are below. Now when they are submitting theirs, they can create the submission, and right here's how they can create it, or how they can submit their files, okay, their work back to you. Now there is an app for Schoology. They just go in the App Store and download it. They can submit their work that way. How I have Schoology open today is through Internet Explorer. The reason being is the video is not working well in Flash. Actually, it's not working at all. But I figured a way around that. Kids who haven't used Schoology yet will have the box when they go to the EdSite folder on the desktop. The box will come up. It'll be Google, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer. We're just going to have them, just instruct them to click on Internet Explorer, always open with this app. That way they'll not have trouble with their videos, okay? And for those that have used Schoology, we'll help them. We'll get them opening it up through Internet Explorer for now. But what I want to show you here, if you want to insert a file from your computer, you can do so. You just open it, click on the file you want to insert, and then click open, and easy as that. Same for a link. Say that you want to insert Seesaw or something. You're just going to insert the link, copy the link here, title it, attach it. Here, this is your resource, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. Your resource is basically just your file cabinet. You can store things there. You can store this whole assignment there. Actually, maybe it's an assignment you want to use next year and you don't want to have to recreate it. You can go back to your resource and copy it to your next year's classes. Okay, here's your little audio and video recorder. And this is why I'm using Internet Explorer, because of Flash. I highly advise you, especially as an elementary teacher, to use this, and even to use this in the upper grades for discussions or find a way to utilize this, especially the first time that you use Schoology. You haven't seen these kids for a while. It'd be good to see them and to interact with them and maybe have them post something for you, even if they don't want to use the video portion. Maybe they just wanted to use the audio portion, but it would be good for them to see you. So when I click on this, you can just use the audio, and anything after you press this, anything you say is recorded, so be careful here. Maybe be in a room where there's not a lot of background noise, and then when you're finished, you're going to click OK and insert. Now and I'm going to show you about the publishing. Don't publish it till you've replayed it. Make sure that it's how you want it to be, okay? Now, if you would rather do the video, you can just you make sure you're on a laptop or with your phone, because this is a downloadable app, and they sign in with their Microsoft credentials. So I'm going to click add a video, and it's been a long week, and I believe this is Wednesday. I'm going to add the video. Okay, so then if I press record, then I'm talking to you and recording at the same time, and everything I say is being recorded. And when I'm finished, I'm going to press the button and click insert. Now, this will be good for teachers, especially when kids submit, because if you're a teacher in the elementary grades, kids can practice their fluency, they can read you back a story, or you can read to them, and they love that. It helps this connection because they're missing you. Now, you need to establish a due date. Being that this is a new program and everything's kind of crazy, for lack of better words, say we make this due December 10th. And you pick your date, okay, at 11:59 p.m. It defaults to 100 points. You don't have to make this first assignment worth anything. You could just ask the kids to tell you about their week, maybe something good that happened, or maybe something surprisingly that happened, or maybe how they feel, or anything. Or you could just make it a 10-point participation grade. The choice is yours. It could be ungraded. It's definitely not going to be a test. We have it set up for the second semester. Now, with the numeric scale and rubric, we can align the learning objectives. So we know that the kids are still learning based upon our objectives. So we're going to go down and we're going to find the state standards for West Virginia, the college and career readiness. We're going to look into our math because I'm actually in math right now. And I'm going to pick grade 3, and this is not a hard platform for kids to learn to use. It really isn't, and especially if they have parents at home. And right now, Suddenlink is providing free internet for these kids for 60 days. So, and we can, and the devices and all, that's a whole nother story. I'm sure Ben's going to explain. So I know you're worried right now. You're thinking, what if they don't have internet? What if they don't have a device? Don't worry about that right now. We're going to work on, let's see, we're just going to work on this, understand a fraction. We're going to add that learning objective, okay? So I'm aligning my lesson to my learning objectives. Have my ducks in a row so far. This is where I can individually assign this lesson, because your classes will be populated, okay, with your students. But your students are all not working on the same level. You can assign different things to different kids. Every kid does not have to do the same thing. And that is what I like about Schoology. It's very personalized. Right here is where I have submissions enabled. We want this enabled. We want to hear from kids, okay? It's published to students. I'm going to turn that off for a minute because I do have a video up there. And if you have a video, you might want to replay that video before you send it out. Just saying. And here's the grading statistics. I'll go ahead and enable that. Because what happens is once you have several grades within this grade book, and setting up the grade book, that's a whole another lesson. And I don't want you, that's something we'll worry about, we'll get to. You get all kinds of data, all kinds of reports. It's amazing. Comments, let's enable those comments. We want to hear from these kids. We want them collaborating, communicating, talking, okay? Copy to courses. This is a fantastic tool, let me tell you. Although I don't have several courses, but I can tell you some of you do. Some of you have algebra, geometry, whatever. And what you can do, or some of you have 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I mean, some of you have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of courses. You can just simply copy this assignment. Say it's an assignment you want everyone to do, simply by clicking the button, put a check mark in there. And you can change the grading scale. You can change how you assign it, whatever you want to do there. So now I'm going to create this assignment. If I've made a mistake, it won't let me create it. So here's my assignment, and the kids are going to get to see this description, okay? And it's telling me it's unpublished. Well, I've checked my video. My video's fine. I'm not having a good hair day or anything like that, but now I'm going to publish it. Okay, so I've published my video. It's telling me when it's due. If the kids do not have the video or this assignment done by this date and this time, then it will mark it as submitted late. And this is how you add an assignment. If you have any questions, please contact me, M.A. Young, and you can also contact Holly or Ben. We're all here to help you, and I'll be available to come to the schools to help you navigate this. Have a good day.